on the market, and he went to Arizona along with T. Sizzle.
Yeah.
Jordan Hicks is gone. That's a gaping hole in your linebacker core that I don't think you've filled. And I'm a big Golden Tate fan. And you didn't have him for that long last year, but he's gone. And he got a big deal to go to New York. He got almost $10 million a year,
Yes.
$23 million guaranteed. And a lot of people said, what?
Yes.
Golden Tate, you're thinking, is Golden Tate Odell? No, he's not Odell, but he's pretty good.
He's a very good slot receiver, and he's tough. I like that.
You can line him up outside, and I love Deshaun Jackson. I've known him for a long time. We've had him on the show, but man, he's now in his 12th season.
And still running like he's in his first season.
Is he? But is he better overall? Is he a better overall receiver than Golden Tate?
They're going to ask him because they have receivers that can do what Golden Tate does. They didn't have a guy that could take the top off the coverage. So now you got someone that can take the top off the coverage. You got Ertz, you got Alshon, you got Aguilar, you got all your guy, Matthews. You like Matthews, I thought.
No, he left. Jordan Matthews, Vanderbilt's own. Football factory.
Well, good. Hope he went to Dallas. I hope he went to Dallas.
We need him.
But what you going to talk about Robert Quinn?
Wait a
That's
second.
what you got?
Okay, I got it. So we just went out and found 3 28-year-olds right in a row. They're all 28, yeah, so they're on the back end of their prime, but they're all still in their prime. And Robert Quinn, I'm not going to overreact to this because you did make fair and valid points. He hasn't been the same for the last couple of years, but he did have 6.5 sacks in Miami last year. And here's what happens to 28-year-olds, such as Randall Cobb, such as George Iloka.
Okay.
They get to go play for America's team at Jerry World in Dallas, Texas, in Big D, and all of a sudden, they have a rebirth. They come back to life and they say, wow.
Who's done that?
I finally arrived.
Who's
I'm
done
where
that?
I should have been from the start.
Done that.
Everybody's done that. Everybody who goes there, they just light back up.
Skip, if you don't mind.
You're going to get the best of Robert Quinn.
You said something very interesting. You said the Cowboys signed 3 28-year-olds. 28-year-olds. Why are they available?
Well, they had to trade for Robert Quinn.
Okay, but I'm saying, why?
The regime change?
Can you trade for? Could you trade for Von Miller? Could you trade for Aaron Donald?
No.
You make it seem like he got one of those. Dallas got one of those guys.
I did not say that. I said these are all big, little moves, but they're little moves. Now, again, the best move of all was Randall Cobb. And I said it here on the show, I'll take Randall Cobb. Remember when I said that? Yeah. I'll take him even over the best defensive end, or it was Eric Berry was visiting at that point. Yep. I said, I'll take Randall Cobb over
Skip, if you
Eric
guys
Berry.
had gotten Earl Thomas, I say, Skip,
okay,
I'm done.
I got it.
But you didn't. You got George Iloka.
But he hit the lottery in Baltimore. They were desperate, and they overpaid for
No, they
Earl
don't overpay.
Thomas.
Stop doing that.
After 2 career-threatening injuries,
Don't worry about it.
Broken legs.
Hold on. What about all these injuries that Randall Cobb has had?
Just pulls.
What about the lack
of no knees, no shoulders, no Achilles?
What about the lack of production, George Iloka? What about the lack of production of Robert Quinn?
George Iloka has started 79 NFL games. I'll take that. George Iloka is a little better than any safety on this roster right now, just on pure experience, just being a made man.
I thought you liked Heath.
I've never loved him. I
said
told you, he does the best he can do. He overachieves.
But you keep telling me how he picked up Aaron Rodgers.
I don't keep telling you that. I told you one time that after the 2016 playoff game. He did. And I thought, well, at least there's a Jeff Heath sighting. And then sometimes he gets banged up. Sometimes he gets out of position. But Georgia Iloka is the real deal.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. So we got that. And Robert Quinn, I mean, all he has is 69 total sacks. You say, well, that's prehistoric times, back in his past. Yeah. He's forced 22 fumbles in his career. He disrupts. Opposite as a bookend, as you pointed out, DeMarcus Lawrence. With DeMarcus drawing double teams, Robert Quinn will bounce back to life. It's a really good move. And they're all short term. They're all short deals. It's just stopgap to get you through until you draft better players.
You know what? You keep harping on, the Cowboys won a playoff game last year. Did the Eagles win a playoff game last year?
Thanks to the Magic Man.
Asked you
Thanks to the Magic Man.
A simple question. A simple yes or a simple no.
They did.
Okay, the year before, did they win a playoff game?
No, they won a bunch of them. Yeah.
What about the Cowboys?
Huh?
What about the Cowboys? Did they win a playoff game the year before that? Okay, then.
So who's won 2 of the last 3 divisions?
You guys, okay, we're going to tie it up. We're going to tie it up. Skip, let me ask you this. How about this? So do you think who will have the bigger impact, the bigger influence on the offense, Randall Cobb or D-Jack?
Randall Cobb. He's a better Cole Beasley. He's more necessary to to the overall production of the offense. He will make it go for Dak Prescott.
No, the guy to make that offense go is 2-1. And you need to make him happy.
I'm glad you brought up 2-1 because you're raving over there about Jordan Howard. He's third in rushing over the last 3 years. Yeah. Who's first in rushing over the last 3 years?
I don't know. Can
you don't know? Well, it's my guy. So I'm going to give you Jordan Howard, and I'll give you Clement and Smallwood, and even that kid Josh Adams who emerged and had a few moments last year late in the year.
Might be back.
You can have all those. You can add them up, and you still don't have Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'm glad you say that because that's the crutch for your quarterback.
Oh, okay.
That's who props him up.
I'll take
that's
that
who
crutch.
props him up.
I'll take the crutch. And by the way, I also did not mention that we're about to add back a Hall of Fame tight end.
You know
a Hall of Fame tight end.
Go there?
How many people get to just say, I think I'll go add a Hall of Fame tight end back to my team? How many get to do that? Jason Witten said, let me come back, Jerry. You got it.
So if you don't mind me asking, his last year playing, how big of an impact did he have?
He's pretty good.
How big of an impact?
Down, he converted a bunch of third downs for Dak Prescott.
How many times did he get the ball in the end zone? How many yards? So now, over the last several years...
What have I told you? This is a nuanced point, but it's a good one. Okay. It's a powerful one.
Okay.
Jason Witten is an extra offensive lineman who will suddenly make the Dallas offensive line, which also gets to add back a Pro Bowl center named Travis Frederick. A Pro Bowl center is going to return from a debilitating disease. That, you know,
Guillain-Barré.
Yeah, and I hope he's good to go. I'm knocking on wood for him. But they say he's on track to be back at center. That will change life for Zeke, as will Jason Witten as another offensive tackle. That's what he is. He can flat out knock people. He can pancake people. That's what he does best. And he'll catch a few third down, you know, the 3rd and 3s, little turn-ins, you know, and he'll shield off the safety and catch it, and he won't go anywhere.
The last couple of years, he's been under 10 yards a catch. And any tight end that's worth anything should average 10 yards per catch. If he can't average you a first down, Skip, he bull jiving. And you bull jiving if you think the Cowboys are better than the Eagles.
So you lost Jordan Hicks, and I've got Jalen Smith and Wolf Hunter, Leighton Vander Esch at linebacker?
Yeah.
Who's got the better linebacking core? What? I still got Sean Lee as kind of my extra guy, my third wheel. How about that?
I'm saying I'm pinning my hopes on the guy coming back 100% healthy. Yes, everybody made moves. The Eagles got D-Jack. They got Jordan Howard. You guys signed Robert Quinn. You signed Randall Cobb, George Aloka. I get all of that. You can possibly get Travis Frederick. But you just told me, now, Skip, you've been banging into my head 3 years now. Quarterback is the most important position.
It is.
Okay.
And so I got the better one. I do. No, I mean, I seriously do. You can't get that through your head.
Because you're seriously wrong.
He's won the division 2 out of 3 years.
Okay.
The only time he didn't is when he lost Zeke for 6 games.
Well, so he should have won it then. See, now if he'd have won it without Zeke, now I say, you know what, Skip, you got the best quarterback.
Okay, but he lost Sean Lee for, what was it, at least 6 games.
They lost Sean Lee for a bunch of games last year. How much they missing?
They suddenly had emerging Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch. They did not have them emerging in 2017.
Well, all I'm saying is that, walk it to him, Carson Wentz has never had a guy of Zeke's caliber. And somehow he was on pace to win the MVP had he not gotten hurt. I believe, and most people believe, if you ask general manager, other than Stephen Jones, who's the better quarterback between Carson Wentz and Dak Prescott? And almost to a GM, they're going to say, walk it to him. You know that. I know that.
I've been consistently on record. Dak is better than Wentz, and I've been consistently proven right.
No, you're not, Skip. You're wrong.
Who won head-to-head matchups twice last year?
Okay.
Wait a second. Which quarterback in the fourth quarter and overtime of game number 2 of Philadelphia-Dallas threw for 243 yards just in the fourth quarter and overtime? And 3 touchdowns just in the fourth quarter and overtime.
And the year before, what happened?
Well, he didn't have any help. LeBron never has enough help, and Dak didn't have any help.
Hold on. You told me, you tell me Tom Brady doesn't have any help, and Tom Brady wins Super Bowl. You told me Dak Prescott is Brady.
There's only one Tom Brady.
No. You told me he's Brady-esque.
Yeah.
What part about Brady?
So here's what part. Dak Prescott over the last 3 years has the most game-winning drives in all of pro football, even more than Tom Brady.
He drove him in the ditch.
Dak Prescott has the second most wins over the last 3 years to Tom Brady in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Dak Prescott over the last 3 years, his first 3 in the league, has the greatest passing completion percentage in the history of pro football. Tom Brady didn't complete as many passes percentage-wise as Dak did over his first 3 years.
It's a different league now, Skip. You know that. So in other words, so are you?
Just telling you.
I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly.
You heard me very correctly.
So you feel comfortable in saying that through the first 3 years, Dak Prescott is the greatest quarterback in NFL history. Is that what you're saying by throwing out all these
something
numbers?
that no one has ever done, which again validates my point. He's better than bounce it to him. Because bounce it to him is shaky. He bounces it to him.
You know what's
He's deer in headlights.
No, he's not.
He's got issues. Go back and read PhillyVoice.com story. He's got issues. He is not what he appears to be.
He's exactly what he appears to be.
He is not beloved in the locker room the way
We're not talking about no locker room. We're not talking about the locker room.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about performance on field play.
Who's the most beloved player in the Dallas locker room? It is the quarterback. It is the alpha. No. Zeke follows.
If they want a championship, they better start patting Zeke on the back a lot more. Because that's how you're going to get it.
Shannon Sharp, you are in trouble as usual. I love what Jerry Jones did cost effectively because now you can go ahead and figure out before, July 15th, how to go ahead and ink DeMarcus Lawrence.
DeMarcus Lawrence said, nah. He said, y'all not finna give me the talk about,
hometown discount.
We got a 5-year.
Hometown. It's an America's team discount. That's what it is. Because everybody wants to play for America.
Jerry don't give any discounts.
No, not when you got
you know what? Hey, Shanks. Next time that TV contract come up, make sure the NFL know they got to give a discount because they want the players to give a discount because they need to pass that savings on, Skip. Somebody got to reap the benefits. Fans get in free, concession free. Somebody got to reap the benefits of all these players giving hometown discounts.
I got this.
You know, you ain't got nothing.
I'm good.
And we already got cases on it.
We'll figure out how to pay, number one, Dak Prescott. That'll get done before camp starts or maybe during camp. It'll get done. Okay. You got a phone call. Who's calling?
My son.
Your son is calling?
He's
calling.
Doesn't he understand that you?
Segment,
doesn't he know that you're on TV?
He just moved.
So he's out of
just checking in.
Touch.
No. He just moved. He got his own place now, Skip.
Really?
Yeah, I'm proud of it.
And are you paying or is he paying?
He paying. I was paying because he was living with me.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Oh, that explains it.
Since Cliff Kingsbury suggests cell phone breaks, Shannon, you're going to take care of that in the commercial break.
I'm a little worried because he does know I'm on air, so I'm a little worried that he's calling me this time of the morning, Skip.
Maybe he's just coming in.
Okay, now I'm worried.
No, he got to go to work. He ain't just coming in.
Well,
okay.
He should be at
work.
Okay, Shannon, you handle that. Let us know when we get back. And then we're going to talk about LeBron. So make sure you're ready for this. How much help is he going to need and get this summer? We'll discuss next. Don't forget, you can check us out every day on the Fox Sports Channel on SiriusXM. We'll be right back.